Hey, ultra processed person fans. Gosh, that sounds awful. I'm Ed, I'm fat, I'm obese. I am still in that category actually, although it's been a while since I uploaded a more current video. I have lost over 2 stone and I still am in the obese category. I still am obese. I'm here today with my bike because that's what I've been doing a lot of recently. Instead of walking, I've been biking, and the reason for that is I made a video at the start of the summer where I started to try and get back into running. I expect this will be September when this goes out. It'll be interesting to see if I have another update at that time as to how far this has all gone. But today I've decided, because it's such a lovely afternoon and I've been really hankering after it for weeks, to go out on my first run in a long time. I got injured after 3 runs and discovered that I've actually got quite a bad injury. In the meanwhile, I've been doing cycling every day. It's a lot less work on the joints. I've got to answer the question today: can an obese man cycle 40 kilometers? Yay! I've got my bike here. It's quite a nice bike, and I've got some caveats which I'll mention when I'm on the road. But for now, let's get going and see. We're 6 kilometers in and it's caveat time. First caveat: I've been building up my fitness for about 5-6 months now. Started with walking every day, as if you watch the rest of my videos you will know, and I slowly saw my VO2 max as measured by Apple Watch to tick upwards, and it's been very gratifying to see my fitness go up. It started very poor, around 32, or even lower, I think it's 31, and it slowly ticked up when I started doing more energetic things, like when I started to try and run. That's when I really saw a good uptake, and then since my cycling it's been climbing higher, and it currently sits at 38, which is about average, which I'm very pleased with. My first goal was to get my fitness back up to average. My next goal is to get it above 40. When I used to run marathons, it was 45-ish, 46. So I'm really pleased with my progress in that respect. Second caveat: I've got previous form. I have in the past trained and lost weight as well, by the way. The whole session where I lived out in France, lost loads of weight, and got a nice bike, cycled all around there at altitude. I ran a lot, I did a lot of skiing, and when the snow had melted I went on a big tour. I cycled 2,300 kilometers down the west coast of Italy, so I know what it's like to cycle a long way. I wouldn't say my fitness is there at the moment, but I know the ballpark of what you can do. I tend to push myself too hard, but that's something for another video. So, not like I haven't cycled 40 kilometers before. I know what it's like, and I've got a good idea about whether or not I can do it. So that's it. I have caveat number 3. I've lost over 2 stone, which makes things significantly easier to do, and I hope to lose some more, which make things even easier. Those, I think, are enough caveats to say that if you are overweight, if you're obese, and you just wonder whether you can cycle 40 kilometers, that a certain amount of training has gone into it, certain amount of work has gone into getting me where I am. So you need to bear that in mind. You're going to do it yourself. Okay, on with the show. Things that are working against me today. I am, of course, still obese. My BMI is currently about 35, which puts me in the obese range for my age, which is 43. That doesn't make it easy cycling. Cycling, has to be said, is probably one of the easier sports for the overweight, just because you can go in a low gear and you can spin out and you can keep going. Doesn't affect your joints too much. Sometimes, if I'm honest, it doesn't feel like you're doing loads when you really are. It doesn't burn as many calories, as it were, energy, compared to running, but it's way kinder on your joints. So that's working against me. My knee injury is working against me too. What's happened to my knee is that the cartilage on the inside of my right knee has worn away, and a piece of it is floating around in my knee, causing havoc. Some weeks seems mostly fine and I can get away with quite a lot. Other weeks, like this week, my knee will swell up and get very stiff and sore, and then I have to take it easy. I've had 2 days off the bike just now. I'm resting up with some ice to try and get the swelling down. My knee feels okay, relatively okay. It's not as stiff by any means. I'm not relishing getting out the pedals at the moment, so I won't be doing much of that today. I'm taking it super easy. I'm doing a zone 2 ride, is what it's called, which is when you can hold a conversation. It's not too difficult. I didn't really appreciate what zone 2 was until I got a power meter. I could see that I was actually putting down a lot of power a lot of the time before. So zone 2 to me means a lot of certain amount of not pedaling and quite a lot of gentle pedaling, not pushing down into the pedals, just spinning it round and taking it easy. And that's what I'm doing today. Those are the only 2 things that are really working against me today. It's a nice day today. Oh, there's a wind as well, quite windy. I'm riding quite deep section wheels, which get pushed about a bit in the wind. That should be fun, but should be alright, we'll see. Just realised that I am actually wearing the kit that I took round Italy. These are the spoke jerseys that they make for you on assisted tours. It was a lovely bike tour, that was. If you ever want a good old challenge, then look for one of these touring companies. They're not cheap, but they'll take your stuff to the hotels along the route, and then you'll cycle a long way with lots of lovely people, taste lots of nice food, explore a nice country. They do things like Land's End to John O'Groats if that tickles your fancy. It's a nice way of exploring touring while having some support. Yeah, I haven't done it for quite a while, but I would like to do that again. What I've got planned is to Pattingham. It's a local village, so a lot of cyclists cycle out there. It's a nice place to go. I'm in Staffordshire in the UK. It's a rolling route, an undulating route I should say. There are hills and there are flats. Not many flats, this is the UK. There aren't many places for flat road here apart from the motorways. It's a nice place to cycle. It's relatively quiet. There is one really steep, horrible hill going up into Pattingham, which I'm sure I'll update you about. Quick update, I'm 12 kilometres in now. Feeling fine. It's So a little bit like everyone else, not as showing around here, but still relatively sunny and having a nice ride. Here it is. It's a steep hill. Not looking forward to it. So here I am in Pattingham, nice coffee shop. Coffee stops are very important. I'm only 16 kilometres in, but I actually timed this to fit in with my eating window, so I'm still doing intermittent fasting, time restricted eating. It's about 11:30 now, and I've ordered an omelette that's taken a while to come, so I'm getting a bit cold actually. It's kind of it's not great. I hope that I feel better something right now, but hopefully it'll be great. Right, I've been fed. Good to go again. Off we go. Beautiful church in Pattingham. I don't know if you can see. Somewhere there. There it is. Lovely. On we go. Alright, we're 20 kilometres in, halfway there, feeling fine, got a belly full of food. People talk a lot about fasted training. I think it's a place where training and weight loss intersected and never should have done, really. It's not much benefit to actual riding, the exercise part of it. There's a benefit, small benefit towards weight loss, I think, but it's marginal. And what you gain from weight loss, you lose in power. It's always nicer to ride with some food in you. It's quite difficult when your goal is weight loss too, except that you might need some carbohydrate, for example, some sugary substance, which will improve your performance and keep you going. But my head's slowly going around to the idea that that is a better thing to do than to tough it out over a long distance without any sort of input. It's quite fortunate today that I've timed it well and eaten my lunch as part of the ride, because then it's not something I need to worry about, because I've had enough of food. I've got glycogen stores, I've got glucose going through my veins, ready to go into my muscles. Should all be good. So what most of England is like: long country lanes, undulating territory, bloody cars. I say that, this is what most of rural England is like. They are massive hedgerows, so you can't really see much, which is a great shame a lot of the time. On the other hand, I wouldn't want to get rid of them. They house a lot of the diverse wildlife that we have. Unfortunately, if you get rid of them, then all you've got is a field full of wheat, most of the time on a road, stinky road. So without them, we'd lose a lot of our species, I think. So I'm happy with that. Let's keep the hedgerows, why not? And as you can see, occasionally you can see some nice pretty views. When you get to a nice big hill, you can. There's one coming up. Cleverly now. It's another little town in Staffordshire. Very popular with the cyclists again. It's a bit of a hill coming into it. It's on quite a steep gradient, so coming up into the village it's always a bit of a hump from whatever direction, but it marks 30 kilometres in. We are of a 40-kilometre route. Feeling fine. My knee is not as good as I'd like it to be, especially on the hills, but we're battling through. We'll be alright. It's a lovely day. It's gone nicely in now. Beep beep beep. Call it beep beep beep. Nice wee town. Fair Bridge over that way. It's a lovely Norse name. The old Anglo-Saxon villages around here. Thought I'd stop by at Bobington Airport. This is a small light aircraft airport that's nearby. Just on my doorstep pretty much. I can see the planes going overhead. There's a lovely jet in the driveway. It's a nice place to stop along the way. They have a cafe. I'm not going to go there today. And you can see planes flying off. In fact, there's a road you can go and stand by. See the planes going up. It's a lovely place to stop along the way, and it's a nice flat area because the airport so often do training out here. It's nice. There she goes. Up and away. Oh, quick update. 34 kilometres odd. Another 6 kilometres to go and we'll be there. God, I fancy going for longer today actually. Don't stop here often enough actually. Should come back again. Alright, on with the show. There's the airport from the "Don't obstruct this gate" sign. I should probably stop it obstructing it. Hey, not far from the end. About 37 kilometres in now. I must confess, I stopped trying to video for a while. It's really a pain videoing on the bike because it's just fun to go. You just want to get going, and as I spent the last few kilometres sending it, I love my bike. I love going fast. I love going downhill. And yeah, you just want to get on with it really, don't you? Don't get much exercise chatting into a camera. But here we are at the top of a hill, which I'm just trying to power up a bit. Get a bit of blood pumping. As you can hear, probably zone 3 or 4 near the top. So okay, that wasn't the nicest view. Travel in this place is hard to get a good all-round view. There aren't many that big hills. There is in Clent. I might try that one day. Anyway, last couple of kilometres. Enjoy. I'm going to enjoy the run. I'll see you at the end. There you go. 40 kilometres. I'm currently on the what they call the mile flat road, which is a mile of flatness. The total distance in the end, 44 kilometers roundabouts. I'll put the stats up here, then you can have a look if you're interested in all that gumph. Quite a bit slower than I normally do it because I was filming. My average speed is decent for my weight and for my VO2, but obviously I'm no pro. But that's not what I was doing it today. I was doing it really just to show that you can. Yes, an obese man can cycle 40 kilometers. In fact, I knew that I could cycle 40 kilometers. I do it on a regular basis, and longest ride recently was 56 kilometers. I am trying to rein it in for the sake of my knee. I could probably cycle quite a bit longer than that if the mood took me, but I might do myself some damage if I did. The fact of the matter is that there is no limit as such on what you can do in a day, except your own will and determination, and to a certain extent fitness. Caveats still stand. Build your fitness up, don't go out and do it straight away. You probably will make it. If you do, you'll probably manage 40 kilometers, but you won't feel great the next few days. And really the point of fitness and getting better at it and losing weight and gaining fitness, gaining health, is that you need to do it consistently and keep going, so that you do a certain amount every week and you can build on that and do it a bit more, but that you've got that base layer of fitness will get you to the point where you can easily cycle 40 kilometers just like I did. And it's a great hobby. Just also, if you're not used to cycling on the roads, then build up your confidence, especially around here in the West Midlands. Drivers are absolute pains, so you gotta hold your nerve and gotta get some experience. Luckily I have that already. Anyway, take care. Bye.